Oh man, that was crazy. Let's get into the horror competition. Get this done. Okay, so we're gonna do a bracket competition. We're gonna do it horror styles. Why hasn't Rob Zombie done a horror movie in a while? Just out of curiosity. I'm not a big horror fan either. I don't really care for gory movies. I like scary movies, like, you know, a good like mystery kind of supernatural thing. I'm more into that stuff. I don't care for horror. So we have our 32 horror movies. I'll read the out sheet. So Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Scream, Blair Witch, Texas Chainsaw, The Thing, Hills of Eyes, The Ring, Witch, Sinister, Final Destination, Smile, Jeepers Creepers, Evil Dead, House of a Thousand Corpses trilogy, House of Wax, Terrifier, The Haunting of Hill House, Exorcist, Carrie, Silent Hill, The Woman in Black, Saw, The Amityville Horror, Interview with the Vampire, 28 Days Later, Omen, The Grudge, Cabin in the Woods, Wreck, and Ghost Ship. Is Interview with the Vampire really horror? Can you name a better vampire movie? Okay, why don't we swap Interview with the Vampire with Underworld then? How about that? Okay. It's still a horror action movie, because at least there's serious fucking violence in it. There's vampires, there's werewolves, it's hot as everyone in it is hot as I was so afraid of the Amityville when it came out. Oh my god, I literally wouldn't walk home after I watched it. I literally would not walk home. One of the lads actually had to walk me home that night. I don't like horror movies. I get so scared. We got the first side done. So let's get started on The Omen or Halloween. I don't care about... You're gonna kill me for this. The only Halloween movie that I like is Rob Zombie's Halloween. I think it's the best one. I think Rob Zombie is such a good director. And like, we haven't had a good Rob Zombie movie in years. Like, I know the man's probably busy living his best life with his absolute bore of a wife, but like, I would do anything for another Rob Zombie horror movie. He's so good. He's so good at it. But that's just how I feel. You don't have to agree with me. I don't think I've ever seen Omen. I don't even know what Omen's about. Halloween. Okay. The next one is 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later versus all the Nightmare on Elm Streets. Which do you think? I'm voting for 28 Days Later. I think 28 Days Later is such a great zombie movie. Great zombies. I'm excited for 28 Years Later as well. It's going to be so good. The quality was so ass. Such a good movie, but quality. I never cared for Nightmare on Elm Street. I wasn't allowed to watch horror movies when I was younger. I was only allowed to watch like supernatural movies. I wasn't allowed to watch anything that was crazy gory. So like, I never really watched Nightmare on Elm Street or Chainsaw or any of those kinds of movies. I didn't really have an interest in them either. The only one I've watched is Freddy vs. Jason. Who won? 28 Days Later or Nightmare on Elm Street? 28 Days won. It's only because you get to see Cillian Murphy's Wing Wong. Okay, next. Underworld versus Friday the 13th. I'm going to say Underworld every time because I like vampires and I don't really care for Jason too much. I think it was fine the first time, then the second time, then the third time. How many Jason movies are there, just out of curiosity? I actually have no idea. Yes, and Kate Beckinsale is way hotter than Jason. That is a fact of God. There's 13. No, there's not. There's actually 13. It should be 13 though. I feel like it's only correct there's 13 Friday the 13th. Oh man. Final Friday, Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason X, Freddy vs. Jason, and the remakes. Oh my god. That's crazy. Friday the 13th wins though. Wow. I guess you like that big brawly hillbilly more than you like Kate Beckinsale, but okay. More Kate for me. Because she's hot as Okay, no, this is a very important one. This is crazy important. Amityville Horror versus Scream. So we have young Matthew Lillard or young Ryan Reynolds. This is a really hard one. I don't know how I'm gonna choose because, as I said, watching Ryan come out of that water in the Amityville was a awakening. It was an awakening.
Oh my God!
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with Amityville because it was so scary when I first saw it. I was so scared. That was the year that Ryan Reynolds won Sexiest Man in the World as well. Coming up, 2 years in a row, boy, 2 years in a row. It's a shame to put those two against each other. That's the real contest here. Amityville is great though. Amityville is such a good movie. It's such a good movie. I only saw Scream for the first time like 3 years ago. Did Scream reinvent horror? In what way? Oh, so next we got Saw versus Blair Witch. Scream is one of the most influential movies ever made. But how is it influential? I don't know. I don't think it would be. If anything, if you were to put like Scream versus Blair Witch against each other, I would say Blair Witch is 10 times more inspirational and influential to the horror category because wasn't it like one of the first ever live footage movies? Also Saw. I think Saw is incredibly influential because it was one of the goriest. It set off like the gory category, didn't it? Like with all of the new special effects that they did, and they became like, you know, the special effects of like the early 2000s. Like I know there was loads of special effects movies made before that, but they set off like it again. That the gore shows and made it like, you know, more mainstream. I like Blair Witch though. I think, but then there's the first Saw movie. The first Saw movie is also really good as well. I think the first 3 Saw movies are so good. How would I survive Saw? No, I'd be dead, man. I'd be dead. I'd be looking for something to end it fast. I think it's the only one I really, really, really liked. And the second one. I think the first and the second Saw movies are the only ones I'll sit down and watch and be okay with it because they weren't like in your face, stupidly grotesque. Woman in Black and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Use your wands, Harry! Sorry. I love Woman in Black. I think it's a great movie. I swear, there is nothing scarier though when, you know, when the little girl walks up to Daniel Radcliffe and she starts like, you know, getting sick and her brothers are like, she drank lye. I swear to God, when I was in the cinema watching that, the whole cinema, because in the west coast of Ireland, you have no idea how often young kids actually drink that. So the whole cinema went, because we all knew she was dead. I've heard at least 3 real horror stories of little kids drinking it. Like, who won? Woman in Black or Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Chainsaw? Okay. Raped. No, I think anyone would have voted for Texas Chainsaw there. But where are we? We're on The Thing versus Silent Hill. Silent Hill. Every time. The Silent Hill movie with Sean Bean in it. Oh, I love that movie so much. Such a good movie. I go for Silent Hill. I love Silent Hill. Next, The Hills Have Eyes versus Carrie. I didn't like The Hills Have Eyes. I thought it was crap. Sorry. I didn't like it. I thought it was really slow. Sorry. Who won? Was it The Hills Have Eyes or Carrie? Okay, thanks, Kieran. Let's start from the top. Exorcist versus The Ring. I think The Ring. Every time. Was The Exorcist ever banned in your country? It was literally banned in Ireland, The Exorcist. I'm not even joking. You could not own The Exorcist in Ireland. How crazy is that? It was illegal. That still makes me laugh. Like, it was too Catholic for that. It was literally banned when I was alive. I can't remember when it was unbanned, but it was definitely banned. The Ring won. We're on to Haunting of Hill House or The Witch. The Haunting of Hill House every time. The Haunting of Hill House is so scary. I was so scared watching that when it came out. Oh my God. I've watched it like 5 times. I think it's so good. It's so sad. It's so amazing. I love The Haunting of Hill House. It's so, so, so good. Like, you can't fault it, I don't think. Like, if anyone here has a problem with Hill House, please tell me what it is, because I can't find a single fault with it. I loved it. I thought it was amazing. I'm going to watch it again. Hill House. Okay, next we got Sinister versus The Terrifier. I know you're all going to vote for The Terrifier. I'm not going to say anything. You haven't seen either of Sinister or Terrifier. Sinister is old, man. Sinister came out in like 2012-ish. Terrifier wins. Who's surprised? Who's surprised? Y'all are weird. Okay, Final Destination or House of Wax? I think Final Destination is great. Never seen House of Wax though, so I can't comment. What do you mean, fair warning, Paris Hilton is in House of Wax? Paris Hilton's an absolute f***ing legend. Like, she was so smart. But let's see who wins this. Final Destination. Thought so. What's everyone's favorite Final Destination? Mine is 3. House of a Thousand Corpses trilogy or Smile? How can you say Smile? How can you say Smile? That's gonna make me angry. Have you seen House of a Thousand Corpses? Have you seen the Devil's Rejects? Like that, the Devil's Rejects scared me. That's how the Devil's Rejects is. It is so good. I'm sorry. I'm having a moment. Rob Zombie is like one of my favorite directors. He's so good. It sounds like I really feel. I'm sorry. I'm upset. I don't like many horrors, but I just think he does a really good horror movie. I think he does a really good horror movie. I haven't seen House of a Thousand Corpses, but it's probably way better than Smile. You need to watch House of a Thousand Corpses. It's so good. And then you have to watch The Devil's Reject. And then you have to go watch the final movie. What's the final movie called? 3 from Hell? Is that what the final one is? That's why I didn't watch it, because I didn't want it to be ruined for me. Because loads of people said, don't bother watching it. That's why I couldn't even remember the name of it. Evil Dead versus Jeepers Creepers. I love Jeepers Creepers. Evil Dead, really? Wow. Next, Grudge versus Cabin in the Woods. I just will never get out of my head the scene in Scary Movie 2 where she's speaking Japanese. I know it's not from The Grudge, but it just gets me every time. What is Grudge called in Japanese again? Is it Ju-on? I've never seen The Grudge. I don't watch a lot of horror movies. What are the symbols for Ju-on? I don't know. I need to find out now. Okay. It looks like curse. Oh, resenting curse! And the degree strikes again, baby! What degree? I'm sorry. This is why you get a Japanese degree. You have these little moments throughout your life. Is Pan's Labyrinth considered horror? I consider it fantasy horror. Back to the quiz. Which one? Was it Grudge or Cabin in the Woods? Okay, next is Wreck or Ghost Ship. Ghost Ship is the only answer. I'm voting for Ghost Ship. Ghost Ship was like my childhood. I used to always rent it out in Extravision. Oh my god. All the time. Oh man. Okay, let's go back to the other side. So next. So we have Halloween versus 28 Days Later. Yeah, no, it's a hands down for me as well, 28 Days Later. 28 Days wins. Okay, next. Friday the 13th versus the Amityville Horror. I'm still voting for the Amityville just because of how gorgeous Ryan Reynolds was. Amityville wins. Next, we got Saw versus the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's going to be Saw for me. Next, we got Silent Hill versus Carrie. I'm voting Silent Hill. Back to the other side. The Ring versus Hill House. Which we going for? Yeah, The Haunting of Hill House, yeah. It's just called Hill House for short. Terrifier versus Final Destination. How did The Ring lose? You have to watch Hill House. If you haven't seen Hill House, you have to watch Hill House. Hill House is literally a classic. House of a Thousand Corpses versus The Evil Dead. Which one do you think will win? I say House of a Thousand Corpses. And if you want to vote, please come and join us on Twitch. I've never seen Evil Dead. At least I don't remember if I have. I probably haven't seen it if it's a comedy though. Evil Dead wins. I hate you all. Okay, next is Cabin in the Woods versus Ghost Ship. I still say Ghost Ship. I love Rob Zombie films too. Ghost Ship or get the out. Was it Ghost Ship? Okay. So next we got 28 Days Later versus the Amityville Horror. Which is going to win to get into the quarterfinals? No, this is the semifinals it's getting into. I say 28 Days Later. So we got Saw versus Silent Hill. I'm going to go for Silent Hill. 28 Days Later versus Silent Hill. Ooh, that's hard. 28 Days Later. 28 Days Later. That's a hard one though. I respect that. That's a good semi-final. You can't, your quarterfinal, you can't deny it. I'm only saying 28 Days Later because I was so scared of it when I was younger. I wasn't really that scared of Silent Hill. Silent Hill is just a bad day in Ireland. That's why Silent Hill is winning. Because of Pyramid Head. God damn it. Y'all need to go outside. I didn't even think of Pyramid Head. I can't believe Silent Hill won again. But I don't see what everyone's obsession with Pyramid Head is. So next we got Haunting of Hill House versus Final Destination. Which is the best? Haunting of Hill House. Hill House won. Nice. Next we have Evil Dead versus Ghost Ship. Who's gonna win? Evil Dead. Okay, so now we're on to the Haunting of Hill House versus Evil Dead. I'm still going for Hill House. Haunting of Hill House is a classic. I don't know why anyone here is like thinking it's not a classic. It's so good. I don't understand. Like, Evil Dead is a classic, but so is Haunting of Hill House. It's just newer. I don't think anyone's gonna forget Hill House. I hate you all so much. Okay, so the final is Evil Dead versus Silent Hill. Who will win? Yeah, chat, you are too thirsty and too biased. That is a fact. This was completely biased how Silent Hill got us here. I'll need to go to church. You never watch Evil Dead? No. And also, I don't have a thing for Pyramid Head. I don't even know who's winning. I'm just sitting here and waiting. Much better than the first one. But you don't have to watch the first one in order to watch the second one. The second one recaps everything from the first. Then what's the point, like? Oh, Silent Hill wins. Do you think Silent Hill deserves to be the best horror movie? I can't. No. I don't think it can be the... the best movie. I think you're all so biased and you seriously need to get laid. I seriously think that. We're way too thirsty to think this is the best horror movie. I can't believe you. Like, I'm still going with The Haunting of Hill House because The Haunting of Hill House is so good all the way through. I love the build-up of different characters. I love that each of them was all in their own way. And it was just so scary and so sad at the same time. It was just a masterpiece the whole way through. Each episode. Where was The Shining? In the bin where it belongs. Oh, the first Nun was so good. We should have had the Nun on the list. Oh my God, the Nun was so good. Jesus, that would have been such a good addition to the list. I think the second Nun was really bad, but the first Nun, oh my God, that was just so scary. Was Insidious on the list? Actually, no, Insidious wasn't on the list either, which is sad. Because Insidious would have been a really good addition to the list too. First Paranormal. Paranormal Activity wasn't there either. I wish we could have made it bigger, but that's the biggest list you can get, 16 versus 16. Oh my God. Dead Silence was so good as well. I love Dead Silence. You have fostered and grown this thirsty community. No, this isn't my fault. You don't see me thirsting over really freaky, scary characters. You never see me thirsting. As Above, So Below should have been on the list as well. I never thirst on stream. Who do I ever thirst for on stream? Think about it. Who have you ever heard me thirsting over? Nobody. I am a stand-up citizen. And I pride myself on that. Hopper, shut the up. It was one time. You want to do a part 2 horror brackets? And then we could have the part 1 versus the part 2 winner and see who really wins.